All right, all right. We are back at Callahan-Kelly Playground. If you're wondering why I'm here, it's because I'm really trying to figure out if these motherfucking frames slide well enough. And this right here has to be the one rail out of all of the rails I've skated since I started trying those frames that gave me the most difficult time. I could not finish this rail on sole. I would slide, I'd get stuck, I'd slide. And I'm trying to figure out, is it the frames? Is it the material of the rail? Is it the wax, right? So process of elimination, I know I tend to use one type of wax, and those are the hard wax. I use a very hard wax, and it's the Jewish menorah candles. That's my go-to wax because it's small, compact, and I can tuck them anywhere. But it's not the best wax, right? Step two, I finally come out here, and I'm like, let me inspect this rail, right? So in my opinion, this is just another black handrail, right, with some rust and wear and tear on it. But I get down to the bottom right here, right? And when I get down to the bottom here, I don't know if you see what I see, but it's silver. It's basically painted, but it's really one of those cheap, not cheap, but it's like aluminum rails, right? I don't know if you can see where my finger is, but that's silver. That's not much different from it's some kind of aluminum alloy, basically, which happens to be a very thin and soft metal as opposed to a hard steel. A harder metal is going to slide better. So I know it's Easter and all, and because of all that, today I'm gonna go ahead with one of these. And this is a little DIY, right? Because some people might wonder, like, first of all, I don't recommend this wax or for anyone really, because you have to break I recommend it if it didn't come in the glass. But the reality of life is that if you buy this wax and you want to use it, you got to break the glass, and you risk getting glass on your hands, on your body. You risk cutting yourself. So what I generally do is try to find a paper bag, right? A clean one. This is a fucking clean paper bag. I put the glass in the paper bag and I drop it. Now that I dropped it, right? What's up, man? Now that I drop it, you break the glass, and then you basically just want to peel the layers back. Right? You know what? Let's drop it a few more times in this glass here. In this bag. I don't feel like it broke well enough. That was better. Alright, so now here's what we got. Most of this, right? Happy Easter, right? I try to hold it by the whatever you call that thing, right? Now you can take all of this. I try to keep this type of stuff in the dirt, right? You usually have big chunks like so. You can kind of just yank them off. Oh, look at that. And now that I've gotten most of that off, I'm gonna scoot my way back up here, roll across this bayayayach, and try to post up somewhere. And now I'm gonna basically examine this piece for chunks of glass, right? As you can see, there's a little shard there. Not a rush shard, a little shard. And ideally you want to use the paper bag, but since my hands are occupied, I have to find somewhere to mount this. All right, let's see if I can mount this phone somewhere. Oh, just mount the phone here. And what I'll do is like this. I'll just rub the edges off. And then even when you start waxing, it's best to just hold this in the paper bag, so that you don't cut yourself. There's definitely pieces on the, oh no, that's not glass. There's a lot of glue. That's weird. I've never seen, oh wow, look at this. The whole, the entire wick came out. I'll put that to the side. Maybe I need that for later. But yeah, that eliminates a point where I can hold it now. So that sort of sucks. And I'll try to just skip a lot of the talk and the bullshit and just go straight for waxing and putting my skates on. So let's cut and we'll come right back to it. Okay, just wanted to show you a quick update, right? So I don't know if you can see little moist markings here and there, but it started to drizzle. It's getting a little windy, so I might be in an awkward predicament for testing. I feel like obstacles like rails, often when they are wet, they will actually slide better, but in a weird way, it doesn't help. It doesn't do me any good because it becomes dangerously slippery. The floor becomes slippery, so we're trying to do this expeditiously. This is the softer kind of Jesus candle wax that I just cracked the glass off of, right? You can, I don't know if you can see, it's like dazzling, almost like a diamond. It has like, it's glistening. This is the menorah Jewish candle wax that I'm used to. I use these religiously, like no pun intended. I use these all the time because of how compact they are and how small, right? So I'm not using that today. And I think this, let me see how this comes off. Okay, so this is actually a softer wax. Let me see. Oh, you see, this is extremely soft. This is like a medium soft, and then when you use this, you'll see, like this actually makes, in terms of the noise, this makes a sound. This is more like, this is like cream. Like I can put this on as chapstick if I needed to. This one, not so much. This one doesn't, like you see, I can't smush this in between my fingers. And the harder wax, which is the menorah wax, you'd be hard pressed to be able to get this like a viscous material between your fingers. So I would recommend in general that you go with this soft wax, but I found that soft wax like this on certain obstacles becomes very sticky. So I've learned that, to me, the happy medium is the harder kind of wax. And now I'm considering that maybe the true Goldilocks, the true happy medium might actually be not a very soft wax, not a very hard wax, but a medium, in between hard and soft. So I don't know what you want to call it. But today, because I know that this rail is infamously slow, I'm focusing only on the softness of the soft wax. And, or maybe I should go with the medium. I don't know. I think really I should just stick with the gold and go with the softest possible wax and try to get at least 1 or 2 tricks on here. Just to give you an idea, you see how that comes off coating like instantly? If I were to use any of the other, let's see what the yellow one looks like, and let's do a test with the hard wax, just so you can see firsthand what we're dealing with, right? I think this is an important demonstration, a very important demonstration, right? So that's the white. This is the yellow, right? You see the yellow coming off. The yellow might actually be the better solution. And then this is your hard white, right? I put the hard white, it's coming off. I don't fucking know, honestly. Yeah. I just don't feel like the hard wax really does the justice. And when you look at wax that companies manufacture, they're usually not very hard. They're usually of a softer consistency, But I think when you get too soft, where you're like chapstick or shea butter or some kind of lotion or cream, which is basically like an oil, right? These are all oil-based products. These waxes, right? They come from fossil fuels, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, let me do yellow all the way through and just try to get a sole grind, because that is the simple point, is to try to get, no, not yellow. We're gonna do white all the way through. Sorry, not yellow, not hard, not girl, not hard, not yellow, but soft. of want to see like the before and after so you guys can see just how much I'm caking it up. So you understand just how much I was getting stuck on this thing. And you can see it's getting wet, right? Take a quick break and then fix my buckle, and then we'll get back to it. I don't know how clear you guys can see. We got the shoe. Tuck that shit right there. And you've already seen how narrow of an approach I have. All right. It's funny how some spots I go to I can't jump over them. In this spot I'm like flying over the rail. I think this rail is actually, I think 36 might be here. This might actually be closer to 35 inches. I don't know if I brought my tape. I didn't bring my tape, but I brought the Taylor Gang tape, right? This is for your true Taylor measurement. So this rail actually measures, wow, okay, that's fucking good to know. It actually measures 34 inches. A little more than 34. So it actually measures a little more than 34. It's like 30, let me just do that again. So at the very top, so it measures exactly right here, right? Where my thumb is. So my thumb is not Phil Drummond, but it's 34.5 inches. Your standard handrail is 36 inches. Like the City Tech rail I just skated, which I struggled on, is about 36 and a half to 37. And I literally struggled. But this, now it makes sense why this was so easy for me. So I'm glad I came here. I was really hesitant to come here. I was gonna go to City Tech. I was gonna go to a few other spots, but I felt like the angle and the approach and the lighting here is great. And I also felt like there's no one that really walks through this pathway, right? For some reason, people, it's also it's an old pathway that had been closed for, I think, a decade or more, and then finally, once they renovated the park, it's been open. So it's one of these pathways that people, it's sort of awkward, where you come off the train, unless you're handicapped, again, it's an ADA ramp, unless you're handicapped, you don't need to use this ramp. So it's just interesting to see that people will come out of the train and use a stairwell, a small set of stairs that are in the distance, and cut through the park that way. I rarely see anyone come this way, so thank God for that. But yes, it's a low rail, it's 34.5 inches. Tripping on. I'm tripping on shrooms. Get it? I am tripping on mushrooms and ice cream. I don't know what these things are, but they're like little pieces of puzzles that with things on Still very slow. All right, that's a leaf. This is a twig. All right, so the approach is one thing, but it is actually slow. All right, quick update. Here's what I've noticed, right? What I've noticed is the wax has already like either been absorbed through the skate or my body falling on it. And it's like right between here and here is already dry. So that was the white sticky stuff. I'm gonna try the yellow stuff in the middle. And the other thing I recommend, again, is that symbiotic relationship, right? So I could put wax on this, right? Look, I can wax it, right? I feel like this one's gonna do better, but I can wax the rail and then just jump on it and skate. And what happens then is that the plastic skate that doesn't have wax on it or doesn't have a coat that's like, or the skate that essentially with my weight on it, that doesn't have a relationship with the rail yet, is gonna slide as if they're foreign to each other. Almost like antibodies when a bacteria or virus enters the body. But and this is a but, I believe that when you wax it, and then after you wax it, you put your skate on the obstacle and try to work the wax in, it's my experience that it becomes a better symbiotic relationship. felt a lot better with the yellow. Try to get fancy. Try to get fancy. I think that's it. 95, baby, 95. Alright, yellow is the go. Hey. You know what it is? It's the approach. I gotta come.
Take your time, man.
If I could come straight, I'd have no problem. But I gotta come and turn. I had that one. So yo. 95 is that. 95. I was here in the summertime. I try to switch it to something else. The balance is the first step.
Yeah.
I got it, boss. I got it, boss. I don't got time to talk. That's why I want to talk. That's why I want to talk. I know what I'm doing.
You got 100, baby. You got 100 already, man. You got it.
We'll switch it up.
You can't do. You passed it right there. You got 100.
It wasn't 100 in your opinion. It's not 100 in my opinion. I've been doing this 20 plus years, and I host competitions where I pay people money to do it. So I'm a judge.
No. What I'm saying, right? You got here, right?
I'm good. Let me focus on my thing. I appreciate the support, though. So far I haven't laced it, I think, a clean sole. I tried sole to like backslide alley top sole. I tried sole 540 out, which is sloppy. Because it's sloppy because it's slow and sticky. I just tried sole wall ride. I don't know, I'm gonna try something else. All right, let's just try to get the sole and then whatever happens after that. All right, I'm having fun with the frames. The frames do slide with the right wax. I really was looking for something negative to say about the frames. I had some negative stuff. I'll save that for the full review that I'll drop. If not tonight, I'll drop it tomorrow. Yo, having a low rail is amazing. Like, at first, it gives me the confidence and comfortability to know that I can jump on a sole, but it also gives me some context and perspective to go, yo, you're jumping over 34.5 inches, which means a standard 36-inch rail is not necessarily a problem if I know that if I can figure out how to jump correctly each time. And that's another trick I taught myself when I began aggressive inline roller skating. It was, okay, if I want to grind this rail, I got to learn to jump over it. And I'm gonna give you guys some serious food for thought with regards to sexuality and my sort of spectrum and dynamic in sexuality, right? So as a child, I got introduced to transsexuals and transgenders while searching for hermaphrodites online. Now, mind you, I'm not attracted to men. I don't look at it. I mean, I do see men. I can see a man and say he's beautiful. He has pretty features, but I'm not like, oh, I want to be with him. I want to fuck him. No. However, when I started getting into transsexuals and transgender and going, shit, this looks like a woman, feels like a woman. And side note, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, I'm gonna fuck it like a duck, right? If you look like a woman, talk like a woman, act like a woman, I'm gonna fuck you like a bitch. So the same concept in terms of grinding and jumping over the rails, the same concept I use with transsexuals. It was like, all right, if I'm attracted to this, but I'm uncomfortable about how I feel, I need to be able to get past that feeling. So I actually started experimenting and getting involved with men and doing everything you can think of just so that I could be comfortable with transsexuals and transgenders. So anyone questioning me or questioning what I do, that's your answer. But at the same time, it's none of your fucking business, right? But maybe the children or maybe you can learn something about yourself. And I think we as a society can learn just how important media, images, video, things influence a child's mind. Because as a child, when I saw this pornography, it literally said women or chicks with dicks. So that's the way I processed it in my head. These are women with penises. I never considered it as men with tits or dudes with tits. It was always chicks with dicks as opposed to dudes with tits, right? If you get me? So anyways, let's do a few more soul grinds, and that's the food for thought. I might call it a day after this because I'm confident and satisfied now that the frames are good and I have no more qualms with them. I can fucking get out of here, go eat a proper meal, finish the edit, get it out. But when you come to new wave skate and new wave wreck odds, like we're gonna wreck all the odds in the world, all the odds in society. If you come to us, we're gonna give you the truth. We're not bullshitting you. But if you want us to and we're gonna give you peace, love, and blessings. But if you want murder, death, kill, homicide, it's right there. It's a very thin line. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. And I might just get one more trick. On second thoughts, fuck one more trick. However, now I know where I can come to practice the trick, and I know that I can get this trick. I know I have backslide grinds on these skates. Again, these skates function almost identical to the way Remedies do in terms of their grooves and backslides. I won't say the soles so much, but I would say almost identical in design to a Remedy skate. If you're looking for a Remedy skate, this is the closest skate you're gonna get to a Remedy skate in terms of everything. But what I realized is that I've never tried this trick is that I could do sole, right? Backslide, pivot, porn star, which is a pretty basic, simple budget, but for me, it's a huge leap forward. In a way, it's a flash to the past of something I have never tried, but it's a combination of tricks that I did try and could do. So, and I see it's coming down with the drizzle, so. Okay, forgive me. I spoke too soon. I just reviewed the footage, and for whatever dumb fucking reason, I did not have the phone set up at a proper angle, and the drizzle's coming down heavier now. So, yeah, I need to fix that. That angle was ass cheeks. This is a better angle. That last angle was straight ass cheeks. I'm like really disappointed in myself. Let's go with this angle here. fuck me, boss. You pay me. You good. Wait, how you see? Are they chasing you?
Bunch.
Oh.
That's all bunch. Oh shit. Because I pointed at her. I know what she was doing. All that way. For that bus to knock you out the bus. I'm gonna tell you. Nice. It's still like
I've done it a bunch of times. I thought y'all was watching. Okay. That 4 don't count, man. All right, we'll call that one.